I'm sitting back. Hi, Shem. Welcome to the reflection rooms, or the reflection room. Why did I say rooms? I know, you're in waiting rooms. Okay, the message is coming in strong. So I was sitting back and thinking, should I even talk about that last stream? Is that for the collective as well? And then I saw a circle and the phone already started recording. I said, okay, say less. Higher self here right now. For those of you who do divination, for those of you who are in a space of knowing, step into that right now as you hear this message. As always, we are here together. So what I got in this dream was a waiting room. There couldn't have been more than about 60 people in there darted around. It seemed like it was for an airport of some sort, or definitely a place where people departure, like a departure lounge. It wasn't snazzy, but it wasn't trash. It was just okay. It was painted grey. Had a few tables for those who wanted to have like a little bit of food, and had some seating in it, enough for everyone to be able to not have to be too huddled up close to one another. And as I came, I sat down and I was looking for a quiet place to be. And I saw that I was surrounded with people who found themselves coming towards me in that dream and sitting by me, but not so close where they can talk, but enough where I could hear them talk. And I had a book in my hand, and I was just wanted to read my book and just pass the time until I guess departure. And when I looked up, I saw a mother and a child. And the child was small and wanted to do colouring, so she sat next to me and she coloured on the table, and I didn't mind. She just sat there and she quietly coloured. Just this little book, she had her crayons. And the mother sat there and she just gave a smile and she read a book. And we all just sat there together, but quietly, just all focused, but in our own world, so to speak. And then there was someone who decided, they saw us and they saw what we were doing, and they came. It was a young lady. She came with her phone. And I'm saying this like this is how she came with her phone. Like she was ready for business. I didn't pay any mind. I saw her, I didn't pay any mind. And then I was in observer mode, and I was made to watch all of this happen. And immediately as I became in observer mode, I was able to see everyone's intentions. I saw an older woman come up, and she was in a wheelchair, but she wasn't using the wheelchair arms or, the handles to push the wheels forward. She was using her feet and pulled herself forward the whole way. And she took her way slowly, tailing through the whole entire place, and came where the girl was slapping her phone. So in the meantime, the girl was to the side and decided she was going to be maybe a meter away from this table with the lady and I guess myself and the little child. And she set up a camera on the phone and started filming a video. Like, typical presenter voice. Hi guys, I'm here, I'm feeling. And I was like, okay, she's vlogging. But she was loud. And it's like she needed to be seen. She needed to be heard. She needed for us to know that her thing was more important than whatever it was we're doing. And I had to keep on going between observer mode and I guess it's my higher self just saying in the moment, just stay here with this. Just a distraction. And then coming back out and watching. And then I had my own phone, but I'd left it away from myself on Do Not Disturb. And as this older lady in the wheelchair had made her way through, she decided to, I guess, park next to us, and she hit the table and it jogged the little girl and it jogged my book and it jogged everything. It jogged the lady. It was disruptive. But we just looked, saw her, clocked everything, said nothing. Even the little girl. She was tapped in. And then this older lady decided that she was going to try to kick the telephone that I had, that was mine, over to her. Right? Weird. So she was taking her foot and going, slouching in her chair, like squeaking down and going and trying to take her foot and kick underneath the table. So my phone flips from face down over like this. Really just trying to find out my business. And I watched her struggle and did not move because I knew that she would not be able to disturb me, touch my phone, or do any of whatever was going on. I actually was so frustrated with the girl at some point who was deciding she had to do this big, full-flown, just production scheme behind everyone who's reading. Mind you, there was enough space around this lounge for her to do this anywhere else with full-blown quietness and no one around. And I got in my body and then I turned around and I said to her, you could do that somewhere else, but if you don't want to, just understand that we don't care. And then it bothered her. And then she kept on trying to read whatever or say whatever and continue to present. And it kind of threw her off. Even though she was trying to speak louder and louder and louder. And it was as if she was trying to film us in the video as well. And we didn't want to be filmed either. She didn't ask us for permission or anything. And as she knew that we knew, it bothered her more. And she tried to speak louder until the little girl said to her, lady, we get it. You want us to stop doing what we're doing and listen to you. Well, when you post the video, we might watch it. Until then, can you let me colour, please? Then her mother said, you heard her. Meantime, between time, the lady in the wheelchair is next to me, still struggling to try and kick my phone to flip it over. I took the phone, I switched it off. I put it over to the other side by me. And I looked at her and I said, you will never get into my privacy. And then I continued to read. And at that point, my third eye opened inside the dream. And I was dropped a place where there was two neighbours and between them they shared a blackberry tree, like a blackberry bush. There was an oak tree, that's why. It was a blackberry bush. And even though it could be seen as a divider, they never cut it down. They never had to worry about whether or not one was going to climb over it, it would be too dangerous and someone would get so scraped up. But at the same time, they would both every year come out and pick from that berry tree that would be on either side of their fences, the berry bush. It was like a hedge, actually. It was just a hedge. That's what I'm saying, tree. And it took the whole hedge up. And they would both have enough for jams and all the things they needed. And then as that closed out, we were called, okay, it's time to go. Me, the little girl, and her mother stayed seated. It wasn't our time to leave. Everyone else cleared out. So when I woke up in the morning, I sat and I usually meditate on these things, and I said, yo, what was that about, Shem? What was that about? They were like, because Source was chiming in the whole time, look, girl, disturbance is going to be there if it's going to be there. People are going to try whatever they're going to try. But that which will hold and give will always hold and give. No matter what seemingly looks like harm or challenge or obstacle can always be abundant in opportunities, in nurture, in gifting you something that will continue to gift you something, continue to allow you to thrive. Don't think that differences between you or obstacles between you and someone who is like-minded or like-spirited to you will be viewed the same from others as it is to the both of you. What others may view as an obstacle between you, two like-minded people will see as a source of comfort, healthy boundary, and nourishment, and an opportunity to connect. These neighbors, they spoke over that bush sometimes, if only to say a simple hi, especially when they were gathering berries at the same time of the year. Whoever this message is for, this is a message of boundaries. This is a message of healthy boundaries being understood by those who are in the same space as you are. And those who aren't in that same space will never be able to see what there is to gain from that boundary. They'll always see it as an obstacle or an offense or something egregious or something that they have to combat or conquer, rather than something that you can both enjoy in comfort. The comfort of knowing that you can be close and connected, but never without. Never without. There's plenty for all. You will be seen, you will be heard, you will be respected. Your boundaries will be respected, but only by those who share that same energy. The rest, expect attempts. They don't have to bother you. They just have to be overstood. Hence why I was seen as the observer, seen as myself, seen as the observer. In moments where your boundaries are tested, you literally just pull back and just be the observer to it. Don't get too enthralled in the to and forth and the performance of it all. The performance won't hold. The show has to end at some point. the bell will ring, the call will be made, the departure will happen. And they will spend way more energy trying to understand or distract than you ever will in just sitting where you are. Okay. That message was for someone. It's timeless, and whenever this finds you, may it comfort you. Much love. Until next time. Ciao.